for the Transformers community. Please subscribe to MightMouse74.
I'm MightMouse74, and this is Metroplex. What's up, Mouseketeers? MightMouse74, the Transformers video review. I bring to you from the Fall of Cybertron line. This is the biggest ever, over 60 centimeters, 2 feet tall, 2014 30th edition Transformers Generations Autobot Metroplex. On the side of the box, up at the top, you get a brief bio of Metroplex, the most vast and mighty Autobot ever created. Metroplex is a member of a race long thought of as nothing more than legend. He is impossibly ancient, brought online in time before the long memory of his Autobot comrades even began. And at the bottom of the box, here's a picture of Metroplex's face. So just a quick look in the back of the box. On the back here it says Metroplex, Transformers 30th Edition 2014. Scroll up just a little bit, just to give you guys a size look on the size of the box. Yeah, he's a big boy. And up here it says biggest ever, over 60 centimeters, 2 feet tall. On the other side of the box, it shows you the city mode and the vehicle mode. It also shows you the firing missiles, Scamper Legends figure included, and lights and sound. For the lights and sounds, you actually need 2 AA batteries for that. For a size comparison with Generations Metroplex, I'll be using Fortress Maximus. So I'm also going to be doing a video tutorial on how to apply your stickers on your Generations Metroplex, so stay tuned for that. So, enough about the package, let's finally get this bad boy open and out of here and see what he's all about. So just to kind of show you guys how he comes packaged, this is it right here. Alright, so first up we'll take a quick look at Scamper, then the big guy himself, Metroplex. Just so you guys know, I'm not at my usual reviewing area. I'm actually over at my parents' house because my dad has a really good sized desk that I can be able to fit Metroplex in frame and show the whole thing off. So for detail wise on Scamper, he has some silver detailing on the back, some blue detailing for the windshield and the side windows. You also need to put an Autobot sticker right on the hood of the vehicle, some gray molded detailing on both sides, and he also has 3 set of wheels on either side of the vehicle. He also comes with a blaster. You can actually plug it in on top of Scamper. There's a peg hole right there. You can plug it in like that. If you don't like it on the front, you can actually rotate it around so it looks like that. But I'm going to keep it like that because I think it looks kind of cool. For a comparison with Scamper in his vehicle mode, here he is next to G1 Scamper. To put Scamper in robot mode, it's actually a really simple transformation. What you want to do, you want to unpeg the arms from the back. They're pegged in here and right there. Do the same thing with the other side. Again, just unpeg it. There's a peg here and a small peg, if you guys can see, right there. And with the legs, you want to bring the legs down like so. And with the body, you want to bring the body down like that. And then with the chest piece, you want to fold down the chest piece like this. And then with the arms, you just want to rotate the arm like that. Do the same thing with the other side. Rotate the arm. And you have Scamper in his robot mode. With his blaster, you can actually make him hold it. Just plug it in his fist like that. If you want weapon storage on the back, you can also plug it in on the back as well. Just plug it in like this. Again, if you don't like it facing upwards, you can have it facing down. But personally, I think it looks better facing upwards. But that's just me. For a comparison in robot mode with Scamper, here he is again with his G1 counterpart Scamper. To put Scamper back in vehicle mode, again, very simple. Just take the chest piece, lift it up like so. Then with the legs, you want to bring the body in, bring the legs up like this, do the same thing with the other side, bring the leg up like that, and then fold the legs back like so. Do the same thing with the other side, fold the leg back and tuck it in like that. With the arms, you just want to bring the arms back and rotate like this. Again, peg it in. There's a peg here, a small peg, a really small peg right where my finger is. Plug that in there like that. Do the same thing with the other side. Rotate the arm. Again, plug it in there and right there. Just like that. And with the blaster, plug it in on the top. Just like that. And here you have Scamper back into his vehicle mode. Alright, so here we have Generations Metroplex all stickered up and in city mode. I'll post my sticker video tutorial somewhere in the description down below. So you get 3 weapons. You get 2 of his arm cannons, which have some pretty cool black molded detailing all over the weapon. And on top of the weapons, there's a sticker that you guys need to put on here. And you can actually plug these in city mode, and I'll show that off in just a second. If you guys can see this or not, there's a peg, a black peg right here. And you can actually make them hold it in robot mode as well. This here drops down like that, and there's pegs on the other side, and there's a groove on the inside of Metroplex's hand, and I'll show that off too later on in my review. And you also get this huge red shoulder cannon. This actually looks pretty cool. It also has some red molded detailing on it, and you can actually make them hold it in robot mode as well. This comes down like that, and there's a peg right there. You can plug that in city mode as well, and I'll show it off in just a second. You also get a firing missile. There's a button on top, and the missile is right here. It actually shoots out quite well. To plug that in, just take the missile and put it in there like that. And now I'll show you where they go on. So on the back of Metroplex, there's 3 holes. There's one right here, one on one side of the arm right here, and there's one on the other side right there. So I guess we can start with the red shoulder cannon. Again, there's a peg right there, if you guys can see that or not. You just kind of basically have to line it up and see if I can do this for you. Like that, and you take the one of the arm cannons. Again, there's a black peg where my finger is, and you just basically line up the hole. And that goes like that. Then take the other arm cannon, again, black peg, if you guys can see that or not, and you just plug it in. Just like that. Okay, so now that we established putting on 3 of the weapons, Metroplex also has some features that I'd like to show you. Okay, so for one of the features that Metroplex has, and it's really not that big of a deal, but I just want to show it off. And I just started to lift these up because these are a real pain to get up. So just lift them up all the way like that. Do the same thing on the other side. Just make sure to lift up all the way. And for the next feature, this can actually fold down like that. And it looks like that he has some rocket launchers ready to shoot out. They're just white molded details, so I thought that was kind of cool. The next feature that Metroplex has is the blaster inside the forearm. Check it out. All you have to do is open up the flap, and the blaster is right here. This moves forward and back. So I thought that was kind of cool too. It gives it a nice touch. You can also fit Scamper inside, controlling the blaster. Another cool feature from Metroplex, on the back of the head, you can lift this up, and this now becomes a radar device. And again, you can take Scamper and plug him in the back here of Metroplex's head, scouring for evil Decepticons. The last and final feature that Metroplex has in city mode, if you open up this here, just like the G1 Metroplex, he has a drop-down ramp. And you can have it make it look like Scamper is driving down the ramp, and push him through the tunnel. Just like that. So let's just do a quick comparison with Generations Metroplex and city mode. And here he is with the G1 counterpart, Metroplex. Even if you guys want to get really creative, you can take the weapons off your original Metroplex and plug it in. Just like that. And do the same thing on the other side. Again, grab your weapons off the original G1 Metroplex and plug it in like that. Okay, so now I can show you how to put them in vehicle mode. First thing you want to do is get rid of the weapons. Alright, so now that we got rid of the weapons, you want to come up here to the drop down ramp and push this up and in, like that. And then you want to tuck this, close this up, and then you want to push these red things back in like that, and then close this up just like that. Next, what you want to do, there's a flat piece down here. You want to lift that up. This will become Metroplex's feet in bot mode a little bit later on. That way you don't break it. And then you want to come over here and lift this up and over. And it's actually really kind of easy to do, but just be extremely careful you don't break it. And close it up like that. And do the exact same thing, just on the other side. Lift this flat piece up like that. Again, you just don't want to break it. That's why you just kind of get it out of the way. Close this up very carefully. Just like that. Next, just simply bring the legs together. Like that. So with these two here and these two here, really all you want to do is just kind of bring them back. Do the same thing with the other side. Just bring it back like that. And with these just come up like that. Do the same thing with the other side. Just like that. Next, you want to bring the arm from the back and rotate it like that. Alright, so next what you want to do, you want to swing the arm back so the gun here is facing towards you. Next, come to the other side of the arm. You want to fold this in like that, and then rotate the arm like that, and rotate the whole entire arm. So again, the gun is facing forward. Alright, so now that you can see that I attached the red shoulder cannon, and with that, it's pretty simple. Just bring it straight down and rotate the body at 180. Just like that. Alright, so the next step is to fold the legs behind the body, and there's actually a couple of ways to do this. You can pick up Metroplex and then just swing the legs under the body, or you can do it like this. I mean, there's no other way to do this. Just lay Metroplex on the side like that. And again, rotate the legs back. And do the same thing on the other side, very carefully. Like that. Alright, so the last step for vehicle mode is kind of slide the legs together very carefully and do the same thing on the other side. Somehow. Like that. So that's pretty much all there is for vehicle mode, and he also has some features, and I'll cover that as well. Alright, so here we have Metroplex in vehicle mode. Just a couple of features I want to show you that you guys can do with them. So the first thing that you can do, you can pull the gun out like that, and then you can attach the arm cannon that just goes along the side like that. And you can do the same thing on the other side. Just extend the cannon like so. And again, with the shoulder cannons, there's a peg right there, and there's a hole, and all you have to do is just plug it in somehow like that. So just like in city mode, you can pull down the drop down ramp like so, and then you can take Scamper again. You just make it look like that he's driving down the ramp. Metroplex also has a robotic arm that you can just take out from here, and then you can just take Scamper and make it look like that is being repaired. This also opens up like so, and you can also rotate like that, so that looks pretty cool. And then just tuck it back in just like that, and then rotate it like that, and it goes in there nice and easy, just like that. So just like city mode, you can flip this up like a radar device, and what's cool about it, you can actually flip this up too to make it look like that it has like shoulder cannons and whatnot, so it looks pretty cool. If you want, you can even take Scamper and fit him inside here, controlling the blaster for Metroplex. One last thing I want to show you before I convert to robot mode really works well with little Legend class figures that are standing on the runway. So to transform Metroplex into robot mode, the first few things you want to do is close this up here and close the drop down ramp. Next, what you want to do, you want to grab the front of the runway and fold it up and then snap it into place, creating the leg of Metroplex. And then that part there, you want to bring forward, creating the knee guard. And then do the same thing with the other side. Then what you want to do, tilt the helmet back, revealing Metroplex's face. So the best way to put him in robot mode, you want to start with the arms first. Just swing the arms down on both sides. And then pretty much what you want to do is just lay Metroplex down flat on his back. And next, all you really have to do is just stand him up. And now with the arms, just bring the hands down and rotate at the bicep. Do the same thing with the other side. Courtesy of my dad giving me a hand, so I really do appreciate this. Do the same thing on the other side. Bring the hand down and rotate at the bicep. The final step for Metroplex is there's a groove on Metroplex's legs where my dad is pointing, and really all you have to do is just separate somehow. It's a little bit hard to do. Just like that. Do the same thing on the other side. There's a groove right there. And that's about it. Alright, here we have Metroplex finally in his awesome looking robot mode. I really want to give you guys a close up on the front and back. The details is absolutely phenomenal. So this is the front of Metroplex. And here's the backside of Metroplex. Okay, so to plug the shoulder cannon on the back of Metroplex, just the same thing as city mode. There's a hole on the back of Metroplex right there, and on the shoulder cannon, there's a peg right where my thumb is, and all you really have to do is just kind of line it up like that, and then just kind of bring it down like that. So with the shoulder cannons of Metroplex, you can either choose to leave it down or you can bring it up. Just like that. Okay, so to attach the shoulder cannon to Metroplex's hand, like I said in the beginning of my review, there's a groove on the inside of Metroplex where my dad's pointing. Courtesy of my dad helped me out again. Again, I do appreciate it. So it's right there. Just take the shoulder cannon and just plug it in there. And just rotate or you can put the fingers around like that just to look like that he's holding it. And now you got Metroplex holding the shoulder cannon, which looks pretty cool. Okay, so for the lights and sound features of Metroplex, sadly mine doesn't have the voice chip in it, but I do have the car version, which has the voice chip in it, and I'll do that review a little bit later on. So I'm just going to demonstrate the lights and sound. It makes like transformation sounds or battle sounds and whatnot, so here we go. Okay, so for the next feature, which is the Metroplex's face, if you have the helmet on down nice and tight, you should be able to move the goggles by rotating the antenna back, which will reveal the eyes of Metroplex. And to bring the goggles back down, just lift the antenna back up, like that. Okay, so for the last feature of Metroplex, on the back he has articulated eyes. And if you just lift this flap up, there's a switch right where my finger is. If you move that left and right, his eyeballs do move left and right, and I'll show that off in just 1 second. Okay, so the way this works, I'm going to press the sounds, and my dad's going to activate the the eye movements on this. So you guys can see that the eyes move left and right. I'll show you again. Before I forget, which I know I probably will, Metroplex has great movements in both the hands. You can move the hand up at the wrist, up and down, and he has great posability in the thumbs, as well as the fingers. You can move the fingers in, and you can move them back out. So I thought that was kind of cool. Alright, now for a size comparison with Generations Metroplex in robot mode. Here he is standing next to G1 Metroplex. And here he is next to Fortress Maximus. These guys look absolutely great together. Alright, I think that about wraps it up for his bot mode. I think we are now ready to put him back into his city mode. Alright, so the first thing that we're going to do is close the legs together. Like that. Do the same thing on the other side. And then next we're going to do is, the easiest way to do this is to have Metroplex sit down in the sitting position. Just like that. Alright, so the next thing that we're going to do, now that we have Metroplex in sitting position, you want to extend the legs, bring those flaps down, and then extend the legs. The same thing on the other side, bring that flap down, extend the legs. And now, in order to rotate the body, you have to lift the arms up. Do the same thing on the other side, lift the arm up. And now we can rotate the body, I think. Now we can flip the legs under the body very carefully. And just kind of spin them around. Like so. Alright, so now what we're going to do, we're going to lift these two white panels up, which my dad will show you how to do. And now we're going to work on the arms. And what we're going to do is just rotate the arm like so. And then that stays the way it is. And then with the other side, we're going to drop the arm down and rotate it behind the body. And open up that helicopter landing. Just like that. Okay, so now what you want to do with the head, just flip the head forward somehow. Just like that. Alright, so now that we have Metroplex's legs slightly apart, you want to open up this compartment very carefully. Just like that, and then do the same thing on the other side. So now what you want to do, there's a flap here that you want to bring down, and then lift this white panel up, just like that. So on this side, it's pretty much the same thing as the other leg. I already opened it up because it was giving me a hard time. So really what you want to do, after you open it up, you want to bring this flap down, like so, and then lift this up, like that. Alright, the next few things you want to do is you want to bring these up here like that. Do the same thing with the other side. Bring these red bits up, and you can bring this down rather, and you can bring down the drop down ramp. Alright, the last and final steps to make Metroplex complete. You can add the weapons on. You can take one of the arm cannons and plug that in like that, and then you can take the red shoulder cannon and plug it in. Again, there's a peg hole on the back, and there's a peg right there, and this actually becomes the tower for Metroplex. And that goes in just like that, and you can grab the arm cannon here and plug it in along the side right here, just like this. If you want, you can even open up the blaster that's inside the forum of Metroplex like this, and again you can slide the blaster forward. And ladies and gentlemen, here we finally have Generations Metroplex back into a city mode. So this is MightMouse74, and you've just seen a video review of Transformers Generations Metroplex. This is a must-have for any Transformers collector. Don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe, support the mouse, support your Transformers community. Stay tuned for more reviews, more updates, and plenty more to come. I want to thank everybody for watching, and as always, guys, take care, everybody. So now what we're gonna do? We're gonna point. All right. So now that we have the legs apart of Metroplex, what you want to do is open up the flap here very carefully. Like that.